Hello everyone and welcome into today's amazing sale preview. I am super excited. Jeremy's right here. Jeremy, say hello.
Hello.
There he is. Jeremy's here. And how you doing?
I'm good.
Are you doing okay?
Yes.
Well rested?
Yes.
Go for a walk this morning?
I did.
Perfect. All right, so guess what? We have a poll for you to take. Before we begin this preview, I asked Jeremy, I said, can we do the vault sale on October 14th at 7 p.m.? So please leave down in the comment section below if you would like to see the vault sale on October 14th at 7 p.m. Will that work for you? Let us know. And then also another poll. Would you like Jeremy's arc sale of the hand-carved, incredible, and whimsical stone animals on October 8th, which is a Wednesday at 7 p.m.? Please leave down in the comment section below if those two dates and times work for all of you, because that's what we're looking for. Welcome to Bully Run Coffee. We so appreciate you being here, and thank you for hitting that subscribe button. This preview out on the desk, boy, do we have a sale in store for you. We have two consignments this week from Jacqueline's Treasures and from Pamela Tomlinson. And Pamela Tomlinson is my local friend, dealer, and collector of many decades that lives in Cleveland, Ohio. She will be bringing on a collection that you will not believe. I think there's 30 lots. I'm looking at her box right now. There is gold, there's sterling, there's costume, designer, luxury. You won't want to miss it. It's all vintage and amazing. This preview is for the sale coming live to you on this Tuesday, September 30th. Jeremy, can you believe that we're going to be in October already?
I know.
Where did the summer go? Unbelievable, but we do want to thank you all for joining in every single Tuesday with all of us. Like we've said before, you don't have to purchase anything. Please come over. Feel free to chit chat. It's no problem whatsoever. We welcome everybody in. You do not have to purchase to be there. A lot of people, in terms of collectors and fellow resellers, are tuning in because they want to see what the items that we sell go for, so they know what their pieces are truly worth. And we're so grateful for that. This sale is September 30th, just in a few days of the airing of this video. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as always, featured right here on Bully Run Coffee. To register for the sale, it's very easy. Please go over to the www.bullyruncoffee.com. Jeremy, when they get to the website, they scroll down until they see coffee beans.
Yeah, they'll see a coffee bean background and the form will be on there. They click on that and fill the form out properly.
Yep.
Which means I need your full address,
Yep.
a phone number, email, full name, and a shipping address if your item is going to a different location.
There you go. And you might have to speak up because you're farther from the microphone than I am. And a lot of people will say, I can't hear. So we also recommend turning up your devices because sometimes when we're outside and you hear the acorns falling and traffic and the chipmunks and things in the background, the microphone does pick that up. So Jeremy said to please go over to the website, scroll down until you see the coffee beans. A few people have unfortunately not put in a state or zip code. Jeremy does not work for Dionne Warwick and the Psychic Friends, so he cannot tell what state or zip code you're from. All right, this is a very special edition and an incredible, another in the series of fellow resellers here on the local level. You all know from last Tuesday I had Gail on. We had a hell of a good time. Pamela Tomlinson is amazing. You're going to absolutely love her. And it's a special edition with my friend and collector, Pamela Tomlinson, and Jeremy just absolutely adores her. The jewelry will be from classic to anomalous, and meaning classic to the more avant-garde or the more unusual. So I guess I could say that I was shocked by what Jacqueline and Pamela chose. I don't know. I'm just delighted with what they chose. That's all I can say. I'm so distracted today. 14 karat gold, sterling silver, gemstones, costume, Bakelite, designer, and more. Even a few pieces from the upcoming, quote, vault sale. I'll show you a couple of those pieces in just a moment. All of the items are buy it now, as all of you know. It's fast, it's fun, it's easy, and this is a very partial preview. I am delighted by what I'm seeing out on the desk. So a few of the more, shall you say, choice pieces out of my personal collection, the 14 karat gold, 10 karat gold, ruby and diamond. Beautiful, beautiful, very stunning and very artistic brooch in that very brutalist and modernist form. I would consider this brutalist, but it's very abstract. Diamond sprays and natural marquee rubies. Loved the asymmetry of this brooch. It's very large, it's very heavy, it's very robust, and look at the way it's constructed. Jeremy, isn't that awesome? I really love it. And these are some of the pieces that I would usually bring to a local show. This necklace is stunning. I wish I had the black board out here, and I just don't have it. This is incredible for a vintage cultured pearl necklace. Let me put that down here. There are 162 cultured pearls. Listen to this. It's a whopping 48 inches long, and the pearls are 6.5 millimeter. As all of you know, it's very difficult to color match and to match in quality a pearl strand of this length. 48 inches long, and you should see this gigantic, solid 14 karat gold clasp. Wonderful design in that flower in white gold, and there is a pearl in the center. Are you seeing the luster of these on camera? And they are knotted all the way through and through. And boy, I sure hope, I really wish I had my blackboard out here, but I don't. That's what I have today. So hopefully you understand the quality of those. Absolutely fantastic. I wanted to throw in a couple antique pieces. This is one of them that you will see on Tuesday evening. These are natural emerald calibre cut, a cultured pearl, and this is 14 karat white gold. And Jeremy's looking at this because do you remember when I wore this?
Yeah.
I wore this for so many years. I loved this brooch. I love the quality. I love the filigree. This circa dating on this 1910 to 1915. It does have that simple fold over mechanism that still works. So you click that up, take the pin back out, and click it down. It does snap into place. It's very secure. Such pieces are really starting to elevate in value. And look at the ring I treated myself to. This one I treated myself to at Burton. That's coming to a video very, very soon. It's platinum and diamonds. Oh, and that one, and that one. That one's my today's ring. Absolutely love them. So you can see that I love filigree, and you can see that I love antique. 14 karat white gold. Stunning condition, very difficult to find. And then to go even further than that, this one is Georgian. These are truly mine-cut diamonds. We always hear the term mine-cut thrown around frequently. These perform in low lighting, and each diamond is foil-backed. These are not open-back set diamonds. These are foil-back, and look how irregular these stones are. Such a piece is an investment in jewelry because so many of these have been lost to time. So many of these have been melted down over the years in diamonds, taken out and recut. Jeremy, do you remember when I got that in Columbus? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got this from my friend Steve in Columbus. And Steve, if you're watching my videos, thank you so much for allowing me to commit this to my collection until now. I smile when I see these pieces because I've always been so intrigued and seduced by early construction, wonderful gold work. This is 14 karat gold, some sterling silver accents, and then like I said, it's incredible. The segments are completely joined as they should be, so there's a little bit of movement in between each layer. It could be resoldered, but I highly recommend not doing that. Very secure to wear because it was made. Look at that central diamond. So if you love unusual and you love truly an atypical investment in Georgian jewelry, this is the one for you. Very, very hard to find, and that's almost impossible to get rid of. Let's clear the desk of some of these, and we'll scoot Jacqueline's pieces down. So you had asked for more dragons. Vicky went completely crazy and did some of the most unusual colors. This eggplant purple one is magnificent. She did this one, and she sometimes can't get these filaments anymore. So when I bring these on, she 3D prints them local, and then sometimes she cannot get the same filaments. This is a periwinkle blue into a lavender, and then it has glitter in the filaments. So there's that one. So if you didn't get a dragon, butterfly dragon yet, she hooked you up with 2 large. This one is technically, no, this one's still a large. I'm sorry about that. 3 large for this week. Purple on the back, pink on the front. And you might say, why do you only have 3 each week? Do you know it takes over 4.5 hours to 3D print this tiny little dragon? And Vicky's she's just amazing. I just love her. And then there's 2 little ones and a medium. So there's these 2 smalls. The fuchsia pink I absolutely went crazy for, and that dark purple. absolutely thought they were exquisite. And these are the smaller versions. So if you wanted, like if you have a big one and you wanted a little baby, there you go. And if not, if you wanted the smallest, did you see how intricate?
Yeah.
Look at that one and tell me how incredible that would be. That a computer can actually generate that and cut that out so finely. I'm amazed by them. And I love technology. I love seeing technology, and there's so many 3D printed things that I just walk by at the flea market and I go, nope, don't like the design, nope, don't like the craft, nope, don't like the color. But her skill, and she takes such great care and such great time. Any of you who have gotten one of the dragons, please leave down in the comment section if you absolutely love them as a unsolicited, if you will, testimonial. And the toads. So I went completely crazy when I saw the toads. And I now have in my collection, Jeremy doesn't know this, I have 11 of her toads in my collection. I know. I have 11 of them because I couldn't decide what color I wanted. This is the dark blue or blue magic. So that is the blue magic toad, fully articulating. And the faces on these, I hope you're seeing that. The faces, doesn't that look exactly like a real toad? It's the right size, and the backs, I don't know if you can see this, but the backs are so detailed. I hope you're picking that up. Oh, there we go. Right in the daylight. Just that, look at that. Yeah, I said absolutely. When you see these in real life, you'll go completely bonkers. Let's use the light on this one. Jeremy, check that out. Yeah, look at the skin. That one looks I know, but that's why I told her. She was going to do them in like more exotic colors, and I said, no. You've got to stay true to a toad. And as a child, I always played with frogs and toads, always. And I think that was a book. Did you ever read Frog and Toad as a book, Jeremy? No, that was one of my favorite books. And they were friends, and different species, but totally friends. I think that might be a learning moment, too. We're allowed to be different in life, but we're most certainly allowed to be friends through our differences. Let everyone remember that. Look at that gesture. Jeremy, thanks for reminding me the other day that what matters. Thank you for that. You reminded me, and you said some things just don't matter. And I think you're right, Jeremy. You got me focused. And, Jeremy, how well behaved was I yesterday?
Well, since you weren't around, you were
No.
Mary.
Yeah, you can't start with that. No. Hold on, wait. Hold on. So let's start over. Jeremy,
Yes.
how well behaved was I yesterday?
I mean, you were with Mary.
But you can't answer it that way. You have to say, you can't. Why would you answer it that way? Why are you looking for help?
Because you were with Mary.
Why are you looking for help? So I was, yesterday I was with my mom and Tess, and we went to Burton, Ohio. We went to the antique show. And I have to tell you, that recentered me. I don't know. I woke up this morning not ready for a fight. I woke up this morning resolved, realizing that I need to stay focused on good and needing to stay focused on myself. And not worrying about anyone else.
Right.
It's not my job to worry about everybody else when it comes to, stories and drama. So, Jeremy, I appreciate you. You recentered me. You made it an easy day to spend time with Tess. And I did take a lot of photos, and Tess took some videos that are hilarious. Look at the skin on this one. She calls this one gold magic, because it seems like it has like a gold luster.
Yeah, it does.
But isn't that, I can't get enough of these. Okay, enough that. Scoot Jacqueline's over, and let me show them this tray really quick. Oh, let's do Jacqueline's first. So if you're waiting for Bakelite sterling silver, some 14 karat gold, designer cuff bracelet, some garnet beads. Ooh, a ring that I made is coming to the sale. I decided to sell, Jeremy did not know, I decided to sell this one. It's the lucite orb, and I can make more of those in different sizes, but that one was from 2002. It's a vintage Jason. Oh, and skulls. If anyone was like, hey, we needed skulls, Jeremy just said to me, did you find your guy again? I said, no, these were two that I kept. These are the only two that I have. And I kept them for two different reasons. Pastel, like a camouflage and pastel that I loved. Paint splotchy and awesome skull. And then this one, I showed Jeremy those metallic blue and metallic lavender. And these are 3D printed from scraps. These are 3D printing scraps that this gentleman melts down and puts into a mold. That was Andrea that just walked by.
Really?
Yeah, she lives back there, and she used to have, do you remember Zeus's girlfriend, Mia, that dog that's like adorable? That's like so cute. She was like a blonde something, and she like tolerated Zeus, but he loved her. And she would just look at him like, I don't think so today. And then he would like, you know, sniff her rear end, and she'd kind of be like, I don't think so. You know, I don't think that's going to happen. Not at her age. She was a very wise dog and very kind. And Mr. Jones, he had, you know, he had boundaries, but he sometimes didn't respect them.
True.
I know. Is that me as a person too? Did my dog learn that from me?
Maybe.
I think my dog learned bad behavior from me. This is Robert Eckholt. This is from, let me see here. This is from 1997. Jeremy, am I allowed to sell this one? So I'm gonna look at the, no, I'm gonna sell it. Look at this one for Robert Eckholt. If you need a gazing ball and a good luck charm for your house, I don't know if this is really picking up on camera. The beauty, let me put this white paper behind. Show you the colors. There we go. Is that not, and it's a giant one, it's a magnum. It's like, I think that's the biggest Eckholt I have for paperweights. Now vases is a whole nother story. Jeremy, you don't even want to know about the vase problem now. All right, are we ready? Let's see what else we have. Okay, let's see what we have. Jacqueline's Treasures pieces. Jeremy, Rhinestone, Enamel Renoir, Amethyst set, Pastel Gemstone. Let's give him some sizes on the rings. The Pastel Gemstone, what is going on? If you love that, it's a size 9. So if you're a size 9, you have a very lucky day. All real gemstones. Blue topaz, blue jadeite, green jadeite, peridot, amethyst, pink jadeite, or rose quartz. Green jadeite, peridot, blue jadeite, and blue topaz, and solid sterling silver. A heck of a ring. Look at the shank system. Jacqueline's Treasures. Thank you so much for allowing us to sell some of your treasures. Created ruby and sterling silver, size 7. Dazzle, dazzle, sparkle, sparkle. And a blue topaz, that's a size 8. Solid sterling silver. Artisan done. See the asymmetry in that? Look at the way that wraps around the finger, and extremely comfortable when on. Sometimes when you look at wearable art jewelry, it's very uncomfortable. That one is super comfortable. That is awesome. Jeremy, what do you think of my new ring?
That's nice.
Do you love it?
Yes.
Am I allowed to keep it?
It's up to you.
Am I allowed to keep it? Oh, this one. That's like an open work band. I didn't see that that's open work, Jeremy. And a button pearl, open work on the sides. And then look at the spray of stones on the outside of that. Solid sterling silver and a cultured button pearl. Classy. And one of the spinner rings. This is a size 5.5. And that gold tone band spins around on the inside. Beautiful contour on the finger as well. 5.5. This one, I did not know what the stones are. Did we look close at this one yet, Jeremy? I don't know. Oh no, that's just open work. It looked like little black diamonds, but I think that's all open work on the inside of these leaves. What on God's green earth is happening there with that incredible leaf? See, that's something I would wear. Look at it with my ring. Hey, Jacqueline's Treasures, would you miss that one? If that goes missing, Jacqueline's Treasures, you know where it went. This is a size 9. You know how generous she is? She gave us, do you remember all that stuff she gave us? My big cross. Yeah. She gave you, didn't she give you some cat thing? She did. She gave you a cat maybe thing, sculpture or something, or jewelry. Then she gave us the earring backs, the pin closure things. She gave us a whole bunch of stuff. This is a size 8. Jeremy, is this the Mystic Topaz?
Yes.
Do you love it? Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, it's a pastel one. Now wait a minute, is that, it's like laminated together. That's not, I have never seen a stone like this. It's laminated together and then fully faceted. See how it's laminated? There's like a seam in there. Do you see it, Jeremy? Look, there's like a line that they laminated that. Isn't that laminated together? Doesn't it look like it's sectioned out?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Let me get my loop. I don't know where's my loop. Let me look. Hold on. Jeremy, should I ask the viewers and the family out there on a scale of 1 to 10, how well behaved have I been in this video? All right. This is completely laminated together in 4 sections. So that stone is completely a mosaic. That's why the color spray, because I looked at this and I go, why does that look like, look at it, Jeremy, how it divides it in quadrants. Yeah. I don't know if the camera's picking this up, but it divides the stones in actual quadrants, and then it's trillion cut. I am absolutely in love with this. So Jacqueline, if that goes missing, you know, when I took this stuff from her son at the flea market, he said, you can either buy it or take it on consignment. And I said, well, if I take it on consignment, then I don't have to pay you. And we laughed for 45 minutes. This is a spinner ring from the late 80s, and that's a bezel set crystal. That is a size 7. So if you love an amazing spinner from the 80s, that has your name written all over it. And a Jilson created opal. This is a size 8, and Jeremy loves this one. This was his favorite. Jeremy thought the color and the saturation and the balance and that Jilson created opal, solid sterling, size 8, and fully hallmarked on the inside down in there by the artist. That's incredible. I see why you love it. Oh, and then this one. I forgot the big ruby. Remember I told you this one?
Yeah.
This is a size 8 3/4. We'll call it an 8.5 just because it's so gigantic. And these are natural rubies that are faceted. And of course, as I've taught Jeremy before, we always say on such silver rings, we always say, we're not sure if the silver content, this scratched positive twice. It was inconclusive in one test, and then it scratched positive in 2 tests. So I'm going to sell it as sterling silver. If I test it again, and it comes back silver plate, we can just sell it as costume. How about that? Make sense?
Yep.
Yeah, Jeremy says yes, but check out these ruby stones. And they do fluoresce under blacklight. Those are big ones. You know, normally you'll see this and it'll be half the size in a way. I truly think that holds up extremely well. Yeah, that's a knockout. All right, if you love amethyst, Jeremy, you did not see these earrings yet. Look at those.
I know.
Do you love them?
Yeah, they're very nice.
So check this out. So these are the amethyst earrings, all bezel set. Every bezel is made for every stone, solid sterling silver. Check those out, and here is the matching cross-shaped pendant. Look at the variation of color in the amethysts. Look at that kind of more pale, and then you've got a darker, you have a more, I guess you could say, like, I don't want to say it like looks bluish purple, but it does because it's so dark. And then you have more of a pinkish purple. So the cast of the colors and the variant says, to people who don't know jewelry, I am natural gemstones and solid sterling silver, and incredibly well made. And look at the size of the bail. But she put it on a snake chain, and I love that. Normally, I would say I wouldn't want it on a snake chain, but look how that makes sense on a snake chain. And an incredible sterling chain, by the way. Yes, please. And I talked to Jeremy. The price of silver. Jeremy and I were buying silver. Was that like $24? Is that
Yeah.
$24, $25? So we were buying silver coins and ingot at about $24 to $25 an ounce. Now, yesterday, did you notice at $44.60?
Really?
Do you remember I told you at 30 we were selling? We ain't selling at 30. And by the way, we ain't selling at 44 either. So, not going to happen. Look at this. She had this out on her trays at the flea market. Orange is my favorite, but check out how complex this is. And, oh, it is signed. Is it Judy Lee? I'm going to freak out if it's Judy Lee. No. Jenna Gems. Sure looks like Judy Lee. This is Jenna Gems, signed down in here. Look at the riveted construction like Judy Lee. And she put a little stopper on here for you. One of the little earring backs. That's Jacqueline's favorite thing to do because she knows that brooches open up. So she always puts an earring back. So pin it on, put the earring back on, and then clasp it closed. That's a secure. So if the pin mechanism opens up, this just dangles off your shirt, and then you don't lose it. Jacqueline's treasure is brilliant lady. She's fantastic. And to her son, if you ever watch this video, thanks for being so kind to me at the flea market. I really do appreciate you. You're a fantastic kid. I don't say that frequently about children. This is likely D&E, and I liked it for the fall colors. So I asked him if I could take this off the tray and sell it. And he said, absolutely yes. And then the Matisse Renoir, and incredible enameled apple. Jeremy, why did you pick this out as your favorite?
I just thought it was unique.
Did you like the design? Did you like the color?
The design.
The design. These are always damaged, and just right up here, there's a little teeny tiny baby chip right at the top, but doesn't affect the wearability or desirability. Yeah, and I said to him, I have to say, oh, and the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room, look at that. Here's the quality of the stones.
Right.
Do you love it?
Yes.
A gigantic diamond heart pendant. And I don't know if you can tell in the video how great these diamonds are, but that is vermeil sterling silver Let me get in really tight on those diamonds for you. Completely channel set and pave set, well over a carat of diamonds, solid sterling silver with vermeil, and it is on a box chain. So it is on this box chain. And look at the back construction. It's hollowed out, but do you see how they put the gallery on the back? I love that one. All right, Jeremy, I'm gonna have you bag those up in their respective bags. And if you want, Jeremy, I'll pause, I'll move you over there, and then if you can get your Pamela stuff ready. Is that okay? All right, hold on, guys. Oh my gosh, you will not believe how full this table is, and we're only going to get through a fraction of it. So, if you're into vintage, designer, costume jewelry, we got you covered. If you're into beaded items that are unusual, if you're into Bakelite, sterling silver, and 14 karat gold, we've got you covered, beyond covered. Before I get into this tray that's been out the whole time, again, we have a bear claw, enamel flowers, an amazing sterling silver wearable art cuff bracelet, a fantastic amethyst sterling silver Mexican bracelet, Bakelite earrings, tons of Bakelite bangle bracelets, the carved pillow bangle that everyone's been looking for in mottled green, took it out of my collection, sterling silver bangles. If you're into Native American vintage turquoise, 2 cuff bracelets out of my collection. And just a whole bunch of other great jewelry, some smaller 14 karat gold pieces, other sterling silver, and there's some amber, garnets, Chinese, pearls, moissanite, and a ring that I constructed. So stay tuned for this tray, don't go anywhere. One piece that I forgot from earlier that I wanted to mention, specifically taken from the vault to sell, is that incredible amethyst and gold necklace, bracelet, and earrings. And why this is important is these usually never survive. So these are gem grade faceted amethyst, spaced with solid 14 karat gold, both wire work and slight granulation on the beads. And those are amethysts through and through. Do you see the color variation there? And the variation in the faceting of that gorgeous necklace? Here is the clasp. So that is in fact an antique beaded amethyst necklace. It comes with, incredibly enough, finding just the necklace with the beads are already hard enough. And then it comes with the matching bracelet. And Jeremy remembers when I bought this because he reminded me I bought this at an estate auction. And this was out of the Crystal Shores in Ohio, very wealthy area. And this came from Caruso's Jewelers, a local jewelry store, and it is nestled in the original Caruso's box. Very high-end, very, very high-end jewelry store here in Ohio. And then these earrings are fantastic because they feature 14 karat gold tops and then briolet drops. So do you see those briolets? They look like the little prisms off of a chandelier. Solid 14 karat gold, gem grade amethyst again. And look at the little seed pearls. Jeremy, look at the seed pearls at the top. Could you imagine setting those little?
No.
They're half pearls and they're in the top, and these are post and friction back. Now you might ask yourself, well, why wouldn't they be screwback earrings from that time period? They were, and they were converted. These used to be screwbacks, and they were converted into post and friction back earrings. So that's a conversion from a long time ago. But look at those solid 14 karat gold beads and those 14 karat gold end caps. So finding the earrings is a challenge. Finding the bracelet would be a challenge, and finding the necklace would be a challenge. And then you put all three of them together in their original Caruso's box. And there it is. And I'll tell you what, incredible investment, wonderful to wear, and finding such sets in gold, it's already hard enough to find them in costume jewelry. Look, finding the earrings, brooch, and necklace, very difficult in costume. Mentioning costume jewelry, I want to show you some of the pieces that Jeremy picked out of Pamela's. So we're going to transition into Pamela Tomlinson's items now. Jeremy picked out, how many more are in the box? Probably another 15, 17. We're not going to get to all of them in the video, so if you see something that you love, please come over to the sale for some great big surprises. We don't want to ruin everything for you. This is Crown Trifari. Jeremy had never seen this pendant before. It's that opal glass and rhinestone, and absolutely magnificent size and condition. All of Pamela's items are truly, I would consider them well above average, if not mint condition. Nowhere to the gold, nowhere to the stones. All the stones are there, and this fully articulates. Jeremy, why did you, because you hadn't seen this before?
No, I've never seen it, but it has a nice nice glass stones in there.
Yeah, look at those though.
Yeah.
The quality of the glass stones. Crown Trifari as well. So fully hallmarked here with the Crown Trifari and original chain as well. A great pick, Jeremy. Congratulations on picking that one because I left you in charge of the Trifari stuff. When she passed me that box, oh, and let's be clear on this. If you all come over on Tuesday, let us know if you want Pamela to come back with us because if you do, all you have to do is put in the chat if you. She loaded her dining room table, and I knew she would have a lot, but I did not know she would have as much as she did. This is the Trifari bracelet of the Trifari set. So this is the necklace. It is a 2-strand necklace and a 3-strand bracelet.
It's got a name to that. It's Electra.
Does it?
Yeah, Electra something.
Okay, so Jeremy had this in gold tone, and it sold right away on his eBay site. And this is the silver tone version, and I have to be honest with you, because I wear silver, this would be my necklace and bracelet of choice. And I actually, and as you all know this, I mix costume and real. Hello, I have Bakelite rings on and diamond rings on and an aquamarine diamond and ruby ring on with a turquoise cuff bracelet. I have never followed the fashion rules. I just don't believe in it. I don't think it's wise or kind. Wear what you love and wear it proudly. But this is great. Jeremy, I think circa dating late 50s, 1960s.
Yeah,
50s.
and I think the silver tone looks better than the gold tone in that don't you?
I do, because the gold one looked almost worn out. Not because it was like that bronzy beads. It looked like worn. You know what I mean? Even though I guess antique looking costume is great, but I like a crisp finish on my costume stuff. And there's the little, where did the T go? Here it is.
Yeah.
There's the little T, and it's signed Trifari there. And the bracelet is also signed on the fold over. Pamela, thank you for allowing us to almost be invasive in her collection. I felt like a little, I was so reserved because I didn't want to I felt like it was an honor to be there, and I didn't know what to take, really. But I begged her for this one. I said, if I would wear the pieces, I would be proud to sell them. So I would wear this all day long. One of the largest Bakelite brooches I've seen in quite a long time. And I could have bought this from her direct. I was very tempted to do so, but it's okay. I have so many Bakelite pins in my collection. All I'm saying is I would advise you, if you want an amazing Bakelite brooch, this is the one I would pick. Creamed corn, well carved, open work on the inside, and a very large size. Original pin mechanism, solid Bakelite through and through, a great oxidation over the surface. That would have started life much, much more pale, much lighter in color, and that has oxidized so beautifully over the years. I don't know, I get lost on Bakelite stuff. I don't know. It's like almost sunshine, like permanent sunshine in a way. These are the wedding cake beads. I love the base color of these, Jeremy. When you get into some of the colors, they get a little difficult to wear because they're very specific. The bright blues, the bright reds, the bright greens, they're a little tricky to wear. This goes with everything. It is almost a Vaseline white because it is not white. I don't know if it's picking up in the camera, but it's almost like a Vaseline glass. It's got that slight little yellow opalescent to it, and a little bit off-white, I should say. And look at that wedding cake decoration of the multi-floral in blue and pink, and those bold drizzles of that incredible metallic gold. Original barrel clasp. These are much earlier than most. A lot of these that we see that people are, selling are now, and there's nothing wrong with it, 60s, 70s. These are definitely before. Pamela, thank you so much for allowing me to bring those as well. And these. She had a small box of a closed-out jewelry store, and this was a closed-out jewelry store. Land Down Under was the store. So it's Land Down Under, and these are definitely from the late 1980s. And look, this is actually agatized, or kind of, it's a stone, agatized agate, but agatized ivory. Agatized ivory, very unusual. And there's the other gemstone listed. Look at the way that says, hello, I'm 1980s. Jeremy absolutely loved these, and she allowed him to pick out of the box 2 of them to sell. So Jeremy chose this one. Look at the quality of these beads. Something that you don't see today. So Jeremy chose that one, and he chose this as the sister companion. He said, I liked the way that you could wear this asymmetrical, so you could wear the beads like that, or you could wear it totally symmetrical. Now, the only issue is you really can't stack these two together because they are the same length. So I would have preferred to have stacked them together, like where this one longer and where this one shorter, and look how cool that would look, right? It would lay within itself. These are the exact same length. So if you don't mind two necklaces the exact same length, you can stack these together. This one does have the original tag on it as well. Let me set those over there. And again, these are, look at the old tags though. Jeremy, what did you just loved these, didn't you? All right, so here we go. So everyone, newsflash, I just learned something. So we have agatized ivory, and then we have coral quartz. So these are actually quartz beads. Those are, I would not know this. Those are actually coral quartz. Look at the weight. Jeremy, look at it with my ring. You could wear that totally together.
Right.
And by the way, if you love turquoise, look at this with turquoise. Check it out. And someone said, will you do videos on what you wear and how you wear it? No. So, no, I don't know. Not yet. Agatized, never say never. Agatized ivory and coral quartz. Yes, please. To both. Absolutely. And those are stone. Those are agatized. And that is definitely agatized ivory for sure. Stone on stone. Absolutely love it. I don't know what else to say. A celluloid hair comb. She had offered me this and I jumped at the chance. I said, yep. So she brought it out and she said, would you consider this? And I said, yes. The reason why, it reads as a tiara. So on the head, you could put this in the front and this would follow the form of the forehead. More of a tiara than just a hair comb. Celluloid and blue rhinestone, turn of the last century. Circa dating on such things, 1900, 1920. This is my favorite of Pamela's collection. I showed this in a live the other night. This is a silver-plated mesh purse, and it has the original Venetian bead. Now, you want to stay tuned because you won't believe this. There's the Venetian bead. There is the Venetian bead drop and the original two little dangles on either side of that. Amazing little lamp work. Are you kidding me? Look at that little lamp work. I said, yes. This is a celluloid bangle. That is layered celluloid. This bag, I would date this to around 1915, 1920, probably into the 20s. I would consider it a dance purse. And someone said, how do you get into it? And I'm like, well, I'll show you in just a minute. So hold on, let me do it the right way. And let me drop this down this way. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get this to go the right way on camera. A little difficult, but we'll get it to go. Why won't it do it? Let me see if I have to reverse this. Let me get into this in here we go. That's how we get into it. No, we don't. Yes, we do. Here we go. Everyone ready? So that's how you get into the purse. You tip it. So see how that counterweight cinches it closed? So to get into the bag, you just tip this. You tip the purse, and then look, it opens up, and you put your hand down in here to get your important pieces out. And then to close it again, you just tip it the opposite direction, and it closes on itself. So again, to open it, don't force it. Just tip it like this, and then it opens up. To close it, it tips down this way, and then you grab it by the handle, and you're good to go. Such dance bags, I consider them extremely difficult to find now. It's in amazing condition. I would absolutely positively, I would put this in my permanent collection and it never leave. I think Pamela will tell you where she bought that and when, because she bought this in Pennsylvania, right? Was that?
I believe so.
Pennsylvania. A portrait miniature that I begged her to bring on. This is a painting on ivory. And why I asked it, because it's extremely early. When I say extremely early, I mean extremely early. Look at that portrait miniature. Painting on ivory. Ivory panel under glass. Very unusual. Extremely early, so there's no reason to be concerned about ownership or provenance or anything. Well over 100 and probably, I would guess on this one, 140 to 150 years old. It is signed France on that easel back, original fabric on the back of it. You can also hang it on the wall. So it's got the little hook there. Jeremy, did you love this? Because she did give us the other one, didn't she? She did. She gave us a larger one of a portrait miniature as well that is slightly earlier than this one. So if you love portrait miniatures, you're going to have to come over to the collection because this is not something easy to find today. What else we got, Jeremy? Let's move this over. Jeremy, these are pearls?
Yes.
So multicolored pearls that Jeremy picked out. A single strand. Was that a sterling clasp, Jeremy? I think sterling silver on that one. I think, was it sterling?
double
I'll let you look at that. And then these are 14 karat yellow gold. Look at these hoop earrings, very large, very dramatic. And just don't hit the camera, Jeremy. Thank you so much. He's trying to get the loop out, and we almost knocked the camera over. CZ embezels, solid 14 karat yellow gold. And I loved these. I chose these. So as Jeremy was going through Trifari and beaded stuff, I was rating the gold. Look at these bezel set crystals. If you want a pair of one of the coolest CZ earrings, and don't they look like $300,000 diamonds? Unbelievable in bezels, and look at the size of those hoops. Very lightweight, but very robust. The tops totally work great, and look how they secured that so they wouldn't open up.
Sterling.
That one's sterling. Thank you, Jeremy. Just hold on to the loop. I'll have you check. Can you see if these are marked? Now, I know that these are gold. They're either 14 or 18 karat. I'm going to have Jeremy look at these. But these are the Mabe Pearl teardrops. These were the first items that I chose, right, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Yeah, when we were there, these are the first items I went to. She's got a lot, well, I shouldn't say a lot more gold. She has a tray full of gold stuff that she just doesn't wear gold. And she said, I just don't wear it, and it's time to sell some of these pieces. So she allowed us to take these. These are amazing Mabe Pearl. Look at the luster and iridescence. You know, I'm a stickler for pearl stuff. I am a stickler for the iridescence on a pearl, or the luster, you should say. Look for, and these are post and then omega. I bet you they're signed somewhere, Jeremy. Look all over them. Probably on the backs is what I would guess. And then these are the pearls that Jeremy chose. And I wish I could get in on this and show you that gradation in color, but they gradate from like a deep bronze into deep bronze, a pastel pink, a dove gray, but a blue luster, into pink, mint green, periwinkle blue, solid sterling silver, and that is about 20 inches long. So if you can't do an 18-inch or a 16-inch, we got you covered for pearls at the sale. And these are black, coral, and probably turquoise. They may be dyed halite. Let me take a look at those. But you get this very delicate black pearl. Black coral. You get black coral beads. With these, they're normally very large, kind of cumbersome, and they're usually not as refined or small. So if you're into delicate and dainty and vintage, that is definitely for you. And then look, she kind of paired it with, and we might sell them together, she paired it with the angel skin coral, branch coral, and solid sterling silver extender on the back. Very delicate, very small scale, very simple, very easy to wear, everyday wear. 18 karat? Really?
Yeah, back on
the clip back?
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Well, Jeremy just found it. So right here, they're marked 18 karat gold. So these are way better than I initially thought. And just in gold weight, I hope you understand, these are so heavy in gold. Look how thick and robust the gold mountings are made. Very robust. And I guess seeing the quality of these Mabe pearls, realizing teardrop is incredibly difficult to find. You can find round Mabe pearls. Finding teardrops is very difficult. If you have a teardrop Mabe pearl in your collection, pendant or a ring, and you need a pair of earrings, do not let these pass you by. Look at the color of that luster. Jeremy, these need to be in our thumbnail for the sale.
Yeah.
Those are a knockout. Pamela, thank you for allowing me to raid your collection. These are exceptional. These are like, I have to say, boy oh boy, it's a tie. Mm-hmm. It's a tie between these and the purse. I love those. I'm obsessed with these. I don't want to leave them off camera. I'm obsessed. I didn't know the color was so good. Because in the house, I couldn't see the color.
Right.
These are a purple lavender. I don't know if the camera's picking this up. On a YouTube short, please tune into my YouTube short for the sale because I'll try and capture the color as best as possible. This was your pick as well. Yes. You loved these. Now tell me, Jeremy, 13 bracelets.
Yes.
And a very long strand. So if you could help me figure that out, that'd be great. I'll move that back over there. If you want to section out the bracelets, that'd be wonderful. And these. So I wanted a pearl strand for all budgets. So I asked Pamela and her, how many pearl things did she have? 100? 100 plus? She had over 100 earrings, bracelets, necklaces. And I said, Pamela, I need a staple. I need a staple. I need an absolute staple piece for all of our buyers. These are some of the most beautiful. These are natural colored pearls. There's a slight variance in size and shape. Cultured all the way down, I would say at least 18 inches, sterling silver clasp, and I hope you understand the luster and the quality of those. So I needed those for the sale. I said, we don't have any, we need it, absolutely. And then this is the celluloid. So we go from pearl to celluloid. We got everybody covered again this time. This is a wonderful, very unusual teal turquoise celluloid leaf necklace in phenomenal condition. And you know how much I love my vintage plastics. Look at that necklace. And then it gets better. I did not know this. There is the matching bracelet. So there is the charm bracelet, and there is the necklace, and look at it with turquoise. Why wouldn't you wear this and a big turquoise ring and then that? Or switch it up a bit. Get a red coral necklace, wear this with the red coral necklace, wear this with the red coral ring, and then do something courageous and put carnelian on the other hand. So you've got a lot of different sensitivities covered. Just stay the same tone. I think that's the thing is like when I wore my jewelry, I like to stay the same tone. Like these are the same tone for rings. This and this would be the same tone for a bracelet. Anyways, look at that, Jeremy. Yep. Maybe Pamela won't miss that if it goes missing.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe Pamela won't remember me taking this from her house. Hey, she didn't do an inventory. I'll just say, what? I'll say what celluloid leaf necklace and bracelet. So Pamela, again, you knocked it out of the ballpark. That would be late 1950s. That set, boy, oh boy, years ago on eBay. How many bracelets?
13.
Go ahead and show them in the camera. Right there is great. Yep, 13 stretch bracelets. And
I don't think they...
Oh no, they do stretch, but they're, the stretch is bad. Uh-oh, hold on, we're down to, hold on, they do stretch. Hold on, guys. So we lost one. That's okay. That's all right, Jeremy. It was just dry rotted. It's no problem. Check this out. So here's the stretchy stretch. You're like, I don't think they stretch. They do. Look, Jeremy, to get them on. Yeah. So it's okay. So one was dry rotted. Now we're down to 12. Hold on. Jeremy, don't worry about it. Just leave it. So, all right, all these are good. Let me double check, Jeremy. I'm glad we did that. Hold on. Give me a minute, everyone. Let me check the rest of them. Hold on. We're down one bracelet. I'll just put, you know what? Happy mistake. And the reason why, let me check them all. Hold on. Stretchy stretch. Hold on. I'm checking every single one of them. So glad it broke now rather than send it to someone. Hold on, guys. All right. Now, here we go. So this stretch, wait, hold on. Let me show you. This stretch, Jeremy, it's okay. You can let it go. This stretch was bad. So we've got one that's broken. Let me get these two beads out. I'm glad it happened on camera. What a happy accident. Let me make sure. Oh, here's another one. What I'm going to do is this. We're going to sell 12 stretch bracelets. Stretchy stretch. We're all good. Let me make sure. I'm going to check them again. Check these. Stretchy stretch a little bit, please. So the stretch bracelets, I would say a size 7-inch wrist. What I'm going to do is I'm going to include this broken one with the set so that you can make a pair of earrings to go with your bracelets and your necklace. See, happy mistake. So, all right, check it out. Are you checking them? Mm-hmm. Are they okay-ish?
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, that was just a dry rotted one. It's okay. Are they good? They're all good, right?
Yeah, they seem
check,
like
check.
Good.
I don't want to send one and then someone breaks it. Are they good? You check those? Mm-hmm. All right, so we've got 12 stretch bracelets. Now, we got 12 stretch bracelets. I'm going to owe Pamela, $5.75. And then this long rope necklace. Jeremy, 60 inches maybe? Yeah, because it'd be like 30. Yeah. Maybe it would be, no, it would be like a 30, that would be a 36 inch? No, it'd have to be longer than that. 40 inch? I don't know. This is very long. Single strand. Jeremy loved these beads. And I think why is because they are so elliptical. They're not just like the normal freshwater. They're very large. Jeremy, you don't have to obsess over that pearl that took off. You can leave it alone. You don't have to. But let's put these, Jeremy. Can we get a small bag? Let's pause and get a bag. Give me 1 sec. All right. So I'm glad that happened now. But I've said to Jeremy before, we sell these pieces as is, and they are vintage. So when something happens like that, you know, kind of out of our control in a lot of ways. This is an amazing Limoges box, fully signed down in here. As soon as Pamela pulled this out, I said, have to have it for the sale. And look at that bow on the back. Thanks, Jeremy, for finding that. And if you want to, if you just want to put the, thank you, Jeremy. If you just want to put that in a bag, that'd be great. Thank you so much. Check that out, hand-painted trinket box. And you can bag up the ones that are done, Jeremy. That's fine. So I said yes to this. I said, absolutely, that's got to come home with me. And then one other piece for Pamela's. I think there's another, did we say about 17 pieces in there, Jeremy? 15 to 17? I think we have 30 lots for Pamela. We had 27 for Gail. Yeah, 27 for Jewelry Gail, and we went 3 more for Pamela. So that is Santo Domingo, completely inlaid turquoise. That is a natural shell, seashell, and very early construction for Santo Domingo. I would say on that one, boy, that's late 50s, early 60s with that, the way that's inlaid. I love this color combination on a leather cord. I begged her for that one. I said, Pamela, please. Thank you, Jeremy, for putting those in there. I appreciate that. So yeah, I'm kind of glad that happened. Oh, and ice jadeite. So our last one for Pamela is the ice jadeite. Look at the translucency of this jadeite. Very cold to the touch. And it is Chinese. This is old, and this is broken at the top. And I didn't break this one. So this is broken here at the back where the clasp would be. So you can fashion your own clasp if you want to. Just, I just remember that song, You Could Dance If You Want To. Should we use that for one of the YouTube shorts? Sure. You could dance if you want to. Something, something, something. Do you remember that song from the 80s? I don't know if that's the way it goes, but I love that song. I just won't sing it. You go to other channels and they sing it. I'm like, please don't. Because when people sing on YouTube, my dogs howl. My neighborhood had dogs. They howl in the background. Absolutely awesome ice jadeite. Look at the, see that? See that almost opalescent? Yeah, this one, yeah. Chinese, fabulous, old, incredible. And guess what? Get it out of my way before I break it. Now, a quick rundown of my portion of the sale. Let me see if I have any rings. Okay, the ring I made, I'll give you sizes. This is a size 4.5 in my gazing ball ring. That is lucite and completely hand constructed by me. 2002, 2004, I think-ish, and that's a size 4.5. Now, I'm gonna try and make a few more of these, but since I don't know how much time I have, I can't guarantee it. So if you want one of my creations, this is one of them. Come over to the sale. Bakelite plastic. I am going to sell these in groupings. Oh, and 2 bracelets that I made. These are, I worked with my friend David here locally when I was in college. One is sterling silver, one is sterling silver and copper. And these are energy cuffs that I had made. And these were, we made this like jig that we put on a bench pin and then a drill, and we actually like clamped in the sterling silver on one end. There's only one seam is my point. There's one seam on one end, and with the copper ones, there's a seam on both ends. So there's a seam there and there on the end of the energy cuff. And then on this, it only has one seam. So we took sterling wire, we looped it, we put it in a drill bit, and we turned the drill on. And then the drill, we would just hold back, and the drill would like, you know, shrink the bracelet as it was going around. So it's a very even twist. These were energy cuffs that I made. These would have been 1996, 1997. Sterling silver on the one and sterling silver and copper on the other. I'm going to sell those at the sale. Why? Because I don't wear them anymore, and I think I have one of each in my collection, and that's more than enough for myself. I am going to sell... Jeremy, should I sell these 3 together?
Sure.
Should I sell these 3 together?
Sure.
All right. So Jeremy just gave me the go-ahead. The paprika-colored, cinnamon-colored swirl Bakelite bangles. These are from the late 1940s, early 50s. They're genuine Bakelite. You're going to get all 3 of those together. Very robust, very large, and 2.5 inches diameter on the inside, which is the usual. Love the color play in that kind of marbleized finish. And then you're going to get these 3 together as a trio, and this is because it's the thick-walled, tube-cut bangles, and you're going to get the yellow, this incredible marbleized orange, but it goes pink. So it's a pinkish orange and marbleized yellow. Very unusual color, chunky and awesome. And you're going to get this moody Mississippi mud, kind of mustard and brown colored bangle. Perfect for fall time. So you're going to get those 3 together as well. I will say, probably one of my favorite stacks of the stacks I've sold in the last few sales. I love both of those. And the pillow carved green. Did you see the color of that? Look. Do you see how cool that is? It's like a bluish green, blue-green yellow. Yeah, Jeremy loves the pillow carved bracelets. He loves their dimension and how robust they are without being overbearing. Almost looks studded in a way, like these giant studs. Very cool. Absolutely wonderful. That is done and over with. A garnet cross. We've had this. How many times have we had one like this? Twice? Twice or 3 times?
At least
Twice or 3 times. Every single time we get it, we sell it out. That is sterling silver. This is not new. This is vintage. And I bought this from my friend Jason out at Hartville. He had a huge collection come in. Please go over and see that video if you haven't seen that video so far. Boy, oh boy, what an amazing garnet cross. This one I wasn't going to sell, but it's okay. It's good to go. Amethyst. These are cushion cut. Phenomenal gem grade amethyst. Each bezel is completely hand constructed. There is color variance. Solid sterling silver. Jeremy, did you see the quality of this one? Look. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cushion cut amethyst. Very hard to find cushion cut amethyst in those sizes and in that color. Love that. 2 amber pendants. If you love amber that's more translucent with not a lot going on, there's only one little imperfection inside of that amber. Probably 800 silver on the top bail. Very sizable. Loved its form. Very cabochon. Absolutely love it. It goes with every piece of amber. And I believe that this is the front of this one. And that is tap and dyed into the amber, so it's very secure. Solid sterling silver bail on that one. Really love that one with all that going on in there. Can't believe, you know what? I wanted to put can't believe how much I have to sell, number one, but I wanted to put my consigners first, Jeremy. I didn't want to do mine first this time. Sterling silver bangle bracelets. I'm going to sell these. I'll probably sell these separate, more than likely. Oxidized. I want to spread the love, so we'll probably sell those 3 separate. Very robust, late 1940s, early 1950s. Some might be signed handcraft. If you're here for Native American, I didn't leave you out. These 2 cuff bracelets, absolutely exceptional. Early, this one's probably 20s, this one's probably 30s, 40s. That's as close as I'm going to get. You can see that this one is older than this one. Not by too much, but you can see the heft of the silver. You can see this is older, this is newer. So this is more, shall you say, 20s, maybe a little earlier than that. I wasn't there, I wouldn't know. And see how thin that is, or thinner that is? But look at that oval stone. Jeremy liked this one, and it's got that kind of extended repoussé area there. Each one has the stamping all the way down the cuff as well. So it's stamped all the way down with different patterns. And look at that rectangular turquoise stone. Boy, I sure hope the lighting is okay. Seems a little bit dark and maybe a little out of focus today. That's okay. You know what? Some days I'm dark and out of focus, but not today. Today was not that day. Jeremy, we gotta pedal faster. Look at this. Amethyst, bezel set. Jeremy, what do you think of this one?
This one's nice.
Do you think it's cool?
Yep.
Could you see me wearing it? Maybe I should try it on and see if it fits. If it fits, should I keep it? So amethyst and fantastic sterling silver. Mexican, vintage, great oxidation. I think it's very cool. I absolutely love that one. Bakelite earrings. So I'm going to sell both together. The yellow and the red clip-ons. So you're going to get all that as one lot. So that's that one. Jeremy just stole the cuff bracelet. He's thinking about it. He's like, should we keep this one? 5 pearls all the way around. Cultured pearl, sterling silver, and look at how the artist made this kind of, quote, repair of that stitched together metal. That could be the artist's, quote, signature. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Solid sterling silver, oxidized with liver of sulfur. Love that brutalist and almost ripped apart. See how that looks like it was like torn apart, that raw edge on the inside. Almost looks like 2 glaciers like coming together, or a glacier splitting apart into 2. There's an energy there that is accentuated with that undulation of pearls. See that undulation of surface almost tearing that bracelet apart? I've always loved gesture in sterling silver. It's just my thing. This one, I probably won't sell because I want to use this for a shank system on a ring that I'm creating in the studio. It's just a simple sterling silver band. Made it onto the tray. If someone wants it, ask for it. I'll be glad to sell it, no problem. This is Coro sterling. It's the little lovebird, made to look like Jensen, Denmark. That is from the late 1940s with the little lovebird in the heart. This is another spinner ring, and a lot of you have asked for the 80s spinners, and I said, okay. So Jacqueline had one, and mine is all hearts. Jacqueline's had that little CZ in the top. Mine is Cree. It goes nuts with the spinning, and that is a size 7. So that is a size 7, and boy, those twirl around like crazy. They just follow the movement of your hand. I loved these in the 80s, and I was never able to have one. I was never able to buy one. That one moves great. A little owl. This is Swarovski crystal and sterling. We've had this one before, but the last time we had it, there was a damage on it. There was a missing crystal, but this one's all complete. Solid sterling silver and beautiful little crystals. I love that owl. Front view, chubby, amazing. These are sterling silver, and for the gentleman in your life, those are incredible iridescent black glass. This is enamel. These are not gemstones. That is blue enamel on the toggle portion. Signed sterling right there. Very heavy, very chunky. So if you have a gentleman in your life that gets dressed up to go to the office or fine events, these are fantastic for a French cuff. The bear claw. The chain is silver plated. So let's get that out of the way first. Silver plated chain. I left it on there because that's what it came on. A gigantic bear claw, huge bear claw, wonderful effigy at the top, that little spirit animal of the bear, solid sterling silver, very early turquoise gemstone, and look at the size of the bear claw. That last one we had sold, right? The big one?
Yep.
Yes, it did? Okay. I don't know who got that. I don't remember. But look at how large this one is in solid sterling. Very old construction, by the way. You don't find them that old now these days. At least we don't in Ohio. We used to find them here, but not that much. 8.5 is the size on this one. An incredible convex pave crystal cocktail ring. Look at the crystals go all the way down on the sides, and robust, again, that gallery on the inside. Of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rings in this collection that I purchased from Jason, I bought, I think I bought 3. This one, the band, the little band that I want to solder something onto. I just think that would be, I think it would sell better. Maybe I should just put it in sale, but I wanted to solder a stone on it because I thought I just thought it would be much cooler with a soldered stone on it. I like the simplicity of that. If someone asks for it, we'll bring it to the sale. If not, I'm going to, oh, and this one. There's this one. And then that's the only rings I got from him. All right. Love it. Size 9. Crystal necklace. This had been in a preview, I think. I think this made it into a preview. I think most of this made it into a preview, actually. Into a long feed video of mine. Crystal, sterling silver. Love the stations. Very long necklace. Very well made. A few gold pieces in the corner that were just sticking around. A tiny little hand-engraved cross in 14 karat gold. So if you have someone who loves intimate little. And look, a 1980s rose inside of a heart. And that solid 14 karat yellow gold. And look at that for one of the 1980s diamond cut rose in a heart. I remember getting my mom one like this when I was little. I didn't have a lot of money, but I always would try and treat my mom to something. This one is great. Plique azure enamel, so it's see-through enamel, and those 3 unusual pearls. That is gold vermeil over sterling silver. Very intimate, very Art Nouveau. Date on that. The way it's constructed, I think, is earlier. I think it's antique in construction. I think the pearls may have been replaced, but they're not drilled all the way through. So those may be all original. I just don't know. But plique azure and very intimate, very beautiful. I do have a couple sterling chains. Like here's a sterling chain in a bag. We might sell that by itself for a sterling silver chain. Or I might put a chain on that pendant. But there's 2 sterling silver chains that I bought that I needed, lightweight chains, so maybe we will sell those separate. Chinese pendant, that is great. Coral and kingfisher feather in oxidized silver. So that is woven coral on thread. That is actual coral and kingfisher feather Chinese. And we made it to an hour, so I don't want to take much longer. Let me pedal faster. Very cool designer signed sterling silver. Absolutely awesome. Totally love it. There's the artist signature. And this is a spring-loaded enhancer. So that is spring-loaded. Absolutely awesome. And then we'll go into, Jeremy loved these. He said, I love them very much. Mother of pearl shell inlaid earrings. Solid sterling silver. Very, very lovely in terms of their quality. We see a lot of these pieces mass-produced now. Be careful because they're not sterling silver, even though they're signed. And watch your stones. They don't line up that well, but look at that. That stone lines up exactly level with that, the wall that was made. This is Saint Rita. Pray for us. Saint Rita, metal, sterling silver. Absolutely loved her gesture and her kindness. This is Victoria, Mexico, from the late 1950s into the 1960s. All of the early hallmarks on the outside. If you love Victoria's work, I can't blame you. Look at that for a very asymmetrical floral with leaves. Goes on every outfit. Swarovski turtle with crystals. Very cool Swarovski turtle. Not sure on the center stone on this one. So I have some homework to do. I'll probably put this on one of those chains for a sterling silver and crystal necklace. Speaking of which, sterling silver and crystal heart, because many of you have missed out on those. Jeremy, when they miss out, did they let you know that they want another one?
Sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes you've said, hey, we missed out on something. Could you please bring on a similar one? Not a problem. When we find one. We're not going to go out and buy it specific. But this is very cool. A bee in sterling silver lost wax cast, artisan constructed, and iconically drilled slate beach stone. The energy on this one, I just absolutely love this piece. That would be a keep. I would probably put that on one of my charm bracelets and never think of selling it. But I figured I gotta bring it on. We gotta give these things a home. This is a size 7.5. That simple Southwestern engraved band, absolutely fantastic. And again, I want to thank Jason for selling me these pieces out at Hartville. I probably dug through, I think there was over 700 ounces that morning. I'm sure there was. There had to have been. Loved these two gemstones. Solid sterling silver mounting. I love the way those go together. This one is Deborah Roberts. I did not do enough research on Deborah Roberts. It's that completely hand-constructed elephant. Love the kind of hash marks and those beautiful details on the elephant and the background, completely soldered together. Solid sterling silver. I'm going to forewarn you, this is extremely heavy. This piece is massively heavy in solid sterling silver. And signed Deborah Roberts there. We're almost done. I believe this is Scandinavian. This is antique. It's a cuff bracelet, filigree, silver. Absolutely love it. Garnet beads by the handful. And purplish red, many different size millimeters. There's a larger size, there's a medium, there's a smaller size. These do lean very purple. Let me forewarn you on that one. Let me get this out from underneath here. And if you can get that little spider off there, Jeremy, thank you so much. And then look at this. Check these out for purple garnet. So these are very purple. They're not really red. They're a reddish purple, but these lean very purple. The small ones are very purple. Let me see if I can get those in the daylight. And then we're going to end with, a beautiful pendant. Yes, absolutely. Could it be tanzanite? Sure could be. I'll know by Tuesday night. Solid sterling silver. This one was all tangled up the other day. Jeremy didn't see this one untangled yet. This is one of the most delicate and beautiful modular pendant necklaces. And all this articulates. Not sure what the pink gemstones are, but you could change this. This opens up the little pendant, and that's a rose gold vermeil. Very gorgeous, by the way, because all those little pieces swing and sway all on their own, and there's little rhinestone pave rondelles. See how those all go apart and then come back together? It is artisan on the side here. I didn't get a chance to look that up just yet. I thought the intimacy of that was absolutely stunning. I love that. And then this one, I'm still going to say that it is moissanite. I'm going to double check the center stone. I am 99.9% sure that that is a gigantic moissanite. It is signed CC, but it's not signed C and C for Charles and Cavard. But this is exceptional. Look at the scintillation and fire in that gigantic stone. These are all pave up the sides of there. There's the signature. And look at the toggle. They designed the toggle with bezel set crystal or moissanite on each side of the toggle, and then all the way around the ring. See that, where that passes through? And then understand that this is then where the chain comes down on the necklace, where you toggle it together. That is the front of the necklace. So the toggle is part of the overall design of that incredible, gigantic stone. It looks like a diamond that would be worth, $350,000. It's so... I don't even know how to describe the scintillation in moissanite. When you see it, you're just like, that's gotta be. I believe that to be Ohio flint or a jasper. I'm gonna look into that. Solid sterling silver. Hope you can understand the color is amazing. It is artisaned up at the top. A very simple art glass pendant in solid sterling silver. An incredible hidden clasp Mexican sterling silver bracelet. And Jeremy was eyeing this one, and if it fit either one of us, that would have been a keep all day long. Completely hand constructed. Vintage on that one, late 1940s into the 1950s. There's the hidden clasp. See how that goes together, and then there is no clasp. You can't see, and there is a lovely safety chain there. So the safety chain is completely there. And then I always struggle to get them apart because I never know where that is. Solid sterling silver Mexican. This is Chinese of some sort. I think this is 800 or 830 silver. Look at the gemstone. It was all scratched up before. I polished that. Not sure exactly what the stone is. It is translucent. Light goes right through it. Reminds me of an alabaster in a way, or a banded onyx. So it could be alabaster or onyx. I will take a look and see if we can figure that out. Sterling silver, 800 silver. I should have said 800 silver on the outside. Very fancy bail on the top of it. Love it. This one is one of my favorites of the collection. Almost saving the best for last. A gigantic amethyst, mixed metal, either blue zircon, blue topaz, citrine, and a peridot. Look at the scintillation of that amethyst. Love this very delicate antique chain. See the 3+1? I've always loved that chain. It does have a new lobster claw clasp, so that is new. This chain is definitely antique though. Let me do this for you. And the pendant, I would say, probably late 1980s into 1990s. Definitely not new. Absolutely not new. And when Jason got this collection in, I wish I could describe it. Jeremy, look at the size of that amethyst too.
Yeah, that's big.
Isn't that a big one? I wish I could describe the sparkle of that. I just can't. Sometimes I struggle for the right words. Put that there, got that done. I'm just gonna call it. I'm gonna say, gotta come over to the sale. This is a gigantic and phenomenal long sterling silver chain. Amazing condition on that one. Never worn. Very long sterling silver chain. Religious metal, crystal pendant, freshwater pearl beads, miraculous metal. Absolutely stunning miraculous metal. And these are awesome. These are 4-inch long tubular sterling silver earrings. Very artistic, very modern. You have got to have one of the longest necks. It's like you have to be a giraffe. Look, it's like they have to be a giraffe to wear them. Look at how long those are. And then when you're hungry at a Chinese restaurant, they double as chopsticks. They do.
Dear.
I know, Jeremy, he's done with me. Before I get into too much more trouble in the video, I'm going to call it and say I have had an this. I've had such a good time with all of you today. Please come on over Tuesday and spend some time with us. I thank you for your time and your attention. I don't know what else to say besides I was in the right place mentally, and I know this is going to last. So again, come over to the sale. It's September 30th. You'll want to meet my friend Pamela Tomlinson. She's coming on camera with me, so you can meet her in person. You're going to absolutely love her. She's delightful. And her husband, Bruce, is going to be there, and I'm going to try and drive him completely insane. So he was so funny the other day. He so reminds me of my dad. Bruce reminds me so much of my father. A gentleman, matter of fact, kind, intelligent. Bruce, you are amazing. And Pamela, thanks again for being my friend and for coming on and meeting everyone on YouTube. I so appreciate all of your time. Let us know down in the comment section below. Again, will the vault sale work for all of you on October 14th at 7 p.m.? If so, we're going to have the vault sale. And would you love to see Jeremy Stone Animals, the ARC sale, on a very special day? It's Wednesday, October 8th at 7 p.m. Will that work with all of you? Because if so, we're doing it. Again, thanks so much for joining in. Jeremy, high five. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anything else? I didn't forget anything, did I?
Nope.
No. Okay, good. All right, we got everything covered. Thanks again, everyone. I'm super excited about Tuesday night. I don't know if you could tell, but it's going to be a heck of a great sale. So thanks again for joining in. I hope you go forth with peace and kindness. And I sum it up with the very easy, we love you because we do.